Welcome to another deep dive. We're going to be looking at psychology and technology today.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what we can find.
Me too.
So we've got two sources that you sent over.
Okay.
The first one is the website for the Eindhoven University of Technology's Bachelor of Psychology and Technology program.
All right.
And the second one is, well,
What is it?
it's a little different, I think.
Okay.
It's a website called SLO7777.
SLT777.
Yeah, and it seems to be like an e-commerce site selling,
Interesting.
yeah, all kinds of stuff,
Like what?
like clothes and electronics and beauty products and home goods.
Wow, that's quite a range.
Yeah, pretty much everything you can think of.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we bring these two sources together, right?
Yeah, they're very different, but they both deal with psychology and technology in some way.
Right, exactly.
One is very focused and the other one is very broad.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's what makes it so interesting.
For sure.
Because we can see how these two worlds connect.
Definitely.
Yeah, so let's dive in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the Eindhoven University website
Yeah.
really emphasizes that technology is too important to just leave to technologists.
That's a really bold statement.
It is.
Why do they think that?
Well, I think they believe because as technology is becoming more and more part of our lives
It is, yeah.
and how we work and how we connect with each other,
Right.
designing technology without thinking about humans can lead to problems.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like products that are frustrating to use,
Yeah, sure.
systems that are vulnerable to bias,
Oh, interesting.
and technology that can negatively affect our mental health even.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, so that's why it's so important to understand the psychology behind how people interact with technology.
Right, to make sure that it's actually beneficial.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
that's what this Eindhoven program is all about.
Yeah, so it's not just about making cool new gadgets.
Yeah,
It's about understanding how people will use them
and how they'll be affected by them.
and how to make sure that they're actually useful.
Exactly.
Speaking of cool gadgets,
Uh-huh.
the Eindhoven website has some really amazing examples of what graduates from this program are working on.
Like what?
They've got robots that help around the house, technology that lets you show affection remotely, even lighting that's designed to make you smarter.
Wow, that's incredible.
I know, it sounds straight out of a science fiction movie.
It does, but it shows that this field is about solving real problems, not just coming up with flashy tech.
Right, yeah.
Even a site like SLOT777, which seems totally different,
Right.
relies on psychology too.
Really?
Yeah, like think about how good design can influence you to buy things.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, how do they use recommendations or limited time offers to get you to make a purchase?
I never thought about it that way.
There's a lot of psychology going on behind the scenes of something like online shopping.
You're right, I hadn't considered that.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. So there was something on the Eindhoven website that caught my eye. It's called Challenge-Based Learning, or CBL.
CBL.
Yeah, and it seems to be like a really important part of their program.
So what is it exactly?
I was wondering if you could explain that.
Sure. So CBL is all about learning by doing.
Oh, okay.
So imagine a group of students and they're trying to improve the user experience on the SLOT77 website.
Right.
They would look at the data, maybe they'd see that lots of shoppers leave their carts when they see the shipping costs,
Interesting.
and then they would use what they've learned to come up with solutions, like free shipping thresholds, being more upfront about the prices.
That's a great way to learn
It is. It's much better than just listening to lectures. You actually get to apply what you're learning.
and see how it works in the real world.
Exactly.
So after they graduate, what kinds of careers can they go into?
Well, the website mentions research, design, consulting.
But could those skills be used at a company like SLOT777?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think a company like that could really benefit from having someone with a background in psychology and technology.
In what way?
Well, they could personalize the shopping experience based on how people behave. They could design better marketing campaigns, even improve those product recommendations we were talking about.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's all about using psychology to make technology work better for people.
That's a really cool way to think about it.
It is. It's an exciting field to be in.
I'm starting to realize how much psychology and technology are connected.
Yeah, me too.
It's not just about building cool stuff anymore.
No, it's about the human element.
Exactly.
And that's only becoming more important as technology advances.
It really is. I can't believe how much we've already covered.
Me neither.
We started with a university program and an e-commerce site, and now we're talking about the future of work.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning.
I'm really looking forward to diving deeper into this.
Me too. There's so much more to explore.
So are you ready to move on to part 2?
Let's do it.
Okay, great.
So many jobs you can get with psych and tech.
Yeah, it's not just research, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, there's UX design.
Yeah.
The Eindhoven website lists human-computer interaction. There's marketing on there, product development even.
All sorts of things.
It seems like psych and tech could apply to anything.
Pretty much, because at the core, it's all about understanding people,
Yeah.
how we think, what makes us tick, what we want, that knowledge. It's valuable anywhere you've got tech involved.
So it's not just the tech skills, it's knowing how humans work.
Right, anyone can learn to code,
True.
but knowing WHY, someone clicks this button, hates that layout, trusts one brand but not the other, that's where the psych comes
Makes
from.
sense.
Okay.
So say I'm listening and I'm convinced
Okay.
I want to learn more about this whole psych and tech thing. Where do I even start?
Well, start by just looking around.
Oh,
Your phone, your laptop, that smartwatch you're wearing. Why are they designed like that? What were they going for? How does it make you feel using it?
that's a good point.
Just pay attention. You'll learn a lot.
It's like learn by doing, but learn by seeing.
Exactly. And once you've got that eye for it, tons of resources to go deeper. Books, articles, online courses, you name it.
Oh, cool.
If you want the real deal, though, programs like at Eindhoven,
Yeah.
that's the formal education route.
But even if I'm not switching careers,
Oh, for sure.
couldn't this stuff help me at my current job, whatever it is?
Absolutely. We all use tech these days. Talking to clients, running a team, even just my to-do list.
Right.
Knowing the psychology behind it all, you'll be way better at it.
This is eye-opening.
It is fascinating stuff.
I'm seeing the world differently now, kind of.
That's what we're here for.
But, we focused on the good side. Is there a bad side to this? Could all this psych knowledge be used to, manipulate people?
That's a smart question.
I'm a little worried about it.
And anyone working in this field has to think about that.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff that makes an app easy to use. It can also be used to trick you into buying something you don't need, or staying on some website longer than you meant to.
Oh, like social media.
Exact.
Spending way too much time scrolling.
Yep, so it's about using this knowledge ethically.
It's a superpower, but you got to be careful with it.
Exactly, because tech are powerful.
It is.
And like anything powerful can be good or bad.
So true.
It's on us, the designers, the coders, the researchers, to make sure it's doing good, not just making money.
I like that.
It's about humans first.
Yeah.
Which brings us back to our listener.
Okay.
We've shown you what's out there, but now it's your turn.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
We've given you a taste, but now it's time for you to do some exploring.
Oh, okay, I see.
What do you think about all this?
Well, it is a lot to think about.
It is.
We've seen how psych can, make tech easier to use, more fun, even, make you want to use it.
Yeah.
But is there a point where it's too good at that? Are we going to end up with tech that's so good at getting us to DO stuff?
Oh, manipulating us.
Yeah, basically. That we're not really in control anymore.
It's a big question a lot of folks are asking these days.
It is kind of scary when you think about it.
It is, all the data companies have on us.
Right. And those algorithms, they're getting so smart.
They are.
What if we end up in those movies where the robots take over?
Aha, I get it.
Maybe I'm being a little dramatic, but
Oh, I see your point.
that's a thought that creeps in sometimes.
I don't think robots are taking over tomorrow, but
Okay, good.
we do have to be careful that tech doesn't get used to manipulate us in ways that are bad for us.
Yeah. So how do we stop that from happening?
Well, it starts with knowing what's going on.
Okay.
The more we understand how WTech works, how it's already influencing us,
Right.
the better we can make good choices.
Makes sense.
Got to be critical thinkers, question what we see online, demand those companies be upfront about what they're doing with our data.
So it's not just on the people making the tech.
Yep.
It's on us, the users, too.
Exactly, we all share the responsibility.
It's like teamwork.
Kinda, yeah. We can't just let tech happen to us.
We got to shape it.
We got to make sure it's working for us, not the other way around.
This whole deep dive has been really thought-provoking.
Glad to hear it.
So, as we wrap this up, what's the one thing you want our listener to walk away with?
I'd say don't be afraid to ask questions,
Okay.
to really look into things, be critical.
Don't just accept everything at face value.
Exactly. Tech's a tool. It's powerful.
Super powerful.
But do decide how to use it,
To make the world better.
to make sure it's serving U.S. humanity, not the other way around.
That's a great message to end on.
Thanks.
To our listener, keep digging, keep asking those tough questions,
Keep learning.
and keep exploring how psych and tech are changing everything around us.
It's an amazing field.
It really is. Thanks for joining us on this journey.